Hi everyone, this is Miss Melissa, and today I'm going to be showing you how to knit the seed stitch. And this is what it looks like. It's composed of just knits and purls to create this nice reversible fabric. Nice and chunky, lots of texture. So the first thing that you want to do, just cast on an even number of stitches, and we begin by knitting the first stitch. So we just knit one, and then we are going to purl. And to purl the next stitch, we have to bring our yarn to the front, bring your yarn forward, and purl. Purl the next stitch. Now the next stitch we are going to be knitting, so we have to bring the yarn back and knit. And that is what you're going to be repeating along this whole row. Knit, purl, knit, purl. So the next stitch is purl. We bring our yarn forward and we purl. So purl, bring our yarn back, knit. Bring our yarn forward to purl. Bring the yarn back to knit. Bring the yarn forward to purl. Bring back to knit. Forward to purl. And then back to knit. Okay, so we knit our first row, and we have knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl all along here. And for seed stitch, you want to pay attention to the stitches and how they look. You can tell which is a knit stitch because it has this V here and the stitch is coming down straight. And you can tell when there's a purl stitch because it has a little bump. So the knit stitches have straight and then a V, and the purl stitches come down into a bump. So when I turn this over to knit our next row, for a seed stitch, what we're going to be doing is we're going to knit the purl stitches and purl the knit stitches. So if we take a look at our first stitch here, we can see that it is a purl stitch, so we're going to be knitting it. And we're doing the same thing on the way back. Knit, bring the yarn forward, purl. Knit, and purl. Knit, bring the yarn forward, purl. Knit, we bring our yarn back to knit. So if you cast on an even number of stitches, every row you're going to be doing knit, purl, knit, purl until the end of the row. And if you get lost, you just have to take a look at your stitches to see what they look like. So if you get lost in the middle of a row and your next stitch is a purl stitch, you know that you have to knit it. If your next stitch is a knit stitch, you know that you have to purl that stitch. So again, cast on an even number of stitches, and then it's just knit 1, purl 1 to the end of the row for every row. Knit 1, purl 1. And again, you get this nice fabric. It's great fabric to make something like a scarf. It'll lay nice and flat. And I'll be showing you some more cool stitches in the next few videos. Enjoy!